Hi, Terry Rowland from T Rose Studios. I'm going to show you how I make design boards. Now I use design boards for lots of things. So you can make little ones that you can actually put pieces of a block so that you can take it over to your sewing machine, or you can take it over to your iron. It's just a way of transporting smaller pieces that need to be pressed or sewn. And I make them out of whatever. So this was made out of a foam core board that you can get at the dollar store. So it comes in a 20 by 30 piece, and I've made whole design boards this side that I can set beside my sewing machine and have just a mini design board right next to me. You can cut them up and make them whatever size you want. I also use cardboard. I'm notorious for saving all the cardboard off of the big packages because it comes in really handy and useful. And today I'm making some this size for an upcoming class that I'm teaching. What can we put on the outside of it? We can put batting scraps. So this is just a leftover piece of batting because when you put your blocks on it, they don't fall off. You can also use flannel scraps if you've got some. I prefer the flannel ones. They seem to just be a little more durable. And if you notice, my design boards they get used a lot. So lots of scraps, lots of threads on them. There's a couple of different ways you can clean your design board. You can take your roller and you can run it across it. It'll take up all of the threads. You also can use leftover freezer paper. Now I do a lot of paperless paper piecing, so I get these odd shapes of freezer paper left over. I save them. I can take a hot iron and I can put my freezer paper onto my design board and I can give it a good press. When I lift it up, see how all of the threads come up? And I can use this a few times. Usually at one piece will do a whole design board for me. And I'm ready to go again on it. So that just cleans up the surface. So there's a little tip for you. Now, how do I make my design boards? And explain how I do it. So there's lots of different ways you can do it. I've got some flannel scraps and I usually press them. This one I'm going to wrap it around to the back of the board. So I've already glued this side. I'm going to kind of just stretch that a little bit. I can take just plain white glue, school glue, and put a little bit on here, right along the edge, pull and wrap it around. That's about how easy it can be. Now when I'm going to do this side, I'm going to pull this in ever so slightly. If I want to put a little dot of glue there just to hold it in place while I'm getting ready, I can do that. And then again, I'm just going to put a little glue all along this side. And again, I'm going to pull and wrap it around. If I want to make sure that that's going to adhere, which I'm not too worried about, I know it will, I can throw one of those binder clips on until that white glue dries. Flip it around. I'm going to do the other side. Tuck that side in, pulling ever so slightly so that the fold isn't sticking out over the edge. And again, just a little bit of a wibble of glue. Pull ever so slightly and wrap it around. Now, if you want this a little more secure, you could take masking tape and put it over here and then your design board is done. Now, if you want to be a little fancier, we could take our cardboard down, and on this one, I actually took glue, went all the way around the outside, and did just a little bit in the middle, and then pressed it down onto this piece of flannel. I'm going to take my rotary cutter, and I'm going to get rid of all of these raw edges. So now I've got it only on the very top. So I'm going to put an edge around it. And I've got leftover binding bits. And I've taken, like my binding would have been like that. I fold the raw edges to the inside. And I can glue this all the way around my board. Now, some people like to put a zigzag stitch. Oh well, we'll just glue this one to it. So basically I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put glue on both sides just to get it started here. I'm putting the board right in the middle, wrapping that up. Oh, come on. Anytime I'm doing this, I usually have a glass so that I can have my glue right to the end of my glue bottle, just wrapping it around. All right. Add a little more glue and just work my way all the way around my board. By the time I get all the way around, I can start taking my clips off. So if you don't have a lot of clips, you can just do one side at a time. Let it dry a little, work my way around. So I could put the glue on here, or I could put the glue on here. Both sides. Now when some people do the foam core boards, they actually sew their binding on. I haven't done that. I've always glued my binding, but I know several people that have actually sewn it on, and the sewing machine needle will go right through it, so you can try that too if you don't like this method. Anyways, it will go all the way around. I will overlap it. I'll open this up, fold it under when I overlap it, and it'll finish it off. So these are handy little things, great for taking blocks to the irons, blocks to your sewing machine, and keeping everything tidy. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please like and share my video with your friends. These mini design boards are awesome.